Under the relentless Syrian sun, a figure of immense power emerges. General Naaman, his armor gleaming, a beacon of authority across the land. He rides with the confidence of a conqueror, his presence commanding the very air, respected and feared in equal measure. But beneath the polished surface, a hidden torment festers, patches of leprosy marring his skin, a secret shame veiled from the world. Each stride of his horse echoes with a silent plea, a stark contrast to the triumphant facade he so meticulously maintains. The land admires his strength, unaware of the vulnerability that gnaws at his soul, a duality that defines the man. Inside Naaman's grand residence, sunlight streams through the windows, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. A young Israelite servant girl attends to Naaman's wife, her brow furrowed with concern. Worry etches lines on the faces of both women as they discuss Naaman's worsening condition. The Israelite servant girl's eyes light with a spark of hope, a solution forming in her mind. She speaks with earnest conviction, her voice barely a whisper. "If only my master would see the prophet in Samaria." Her plea hangs in the air, a fragile hope offered amidst the despair. Elisha the prophet would be able to cure him of his leprosy. Sunlight floods the Syrian royal court, where Naaman stands before the jeweled king of Syria, his expression a mix of hope and deference. "Your Majesty, I seek your permission to travel to Israel," Naaman requests, his voice echoing in the silent chamber. The king, adorned in finery, leans forward, intrigued. "To Israel? What business do you have there, Naaman?" Naaman's voice is filled with hope as he reveals, "I have heard of a prophet in that land who may be able to cure my leprosy." The king nods. "If that is true, then you must go." Under the relentless sun, Naaman arrives at the border between Syria and Israel, his presence commanding attention. Crisp uniforms and gleaming weapons surround him, a stark display of military might against the desolate landscape. Chests overflow with gifts, tokens meant to bridge a chasm of cultural and political divide. Yet, the air remains thick with unspoken tension, a silent testament to the fragile peace between nations. Inside the opulent throne room, the king of Israel, Jehoram, stands frozen, a letter from the king of Syria, Ben-Hadad, shaking in his grip. Sunlight floods the hall, highlighting the dust motes dancing around him, yet doing nothing to warm the dread creeping across his face. He rereads the message, the words searing into his mind like a curse. His voice trembles, laced with disbelief and anger. "Am I God, to kill and make alive, that this man sends word to me to cure a man of his leprosy?" Surrounded by all the trappings of power, the king feels utterly powerless against the impossible demand. Sunlight bathes Elisha's humble dwelling, illuminating the serene face of the prophet. Dust motes dance in the golden rays as he sits, a picture of humble wisdom. He listens intently, his head tilted, absorbing the unseen currents of fate. A knowing expression dawns on his face, understanding etched in the lines around his gentle eyes. With quiet authority, Elisha declares, "Why have you torn your clothes? Let him come to me, that he may know that there is a prophet in Israel." Naaman arrives at Elisha's humble abode, his opulent entourage a stark contrast to the simple dwelling. Expecting a lavish reception, Naaman is met with an unsettling silence. Elisha remains hidden, refusing to even acknowledge Naaman's presence. Missing a images delivering Elisha's unexpected decree. "Go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall be restored, and you shall be clean," the messenger declares, the words hanging in the air. At the edge of the river Jordan, Naaman's face burns with fury, his anger a force against the serene backdrop. He gestures wildly, his arms cutting through the air as he confronts his servants, his frustration echoing across the tranquil waters. His voice, sharp and laced with indignation, shatters the morning calm. "Are not Abana and Pharpar, the rivers of Damascus, better than all the waters of Israel?" he demands, his words laced with scorn. Could I not wash in them and be clean? Naaman's pride clashes against the humble river, his internal battle raging. At the banks of the river Jordan, Naaman stands, a storm of conflict brewing within him, mirrored in his troubled gaze. His servants approach with trepidation, their faces canvases of hope and worry as they seek to guide their master. My father, if the prophet had commanded you to do some great thing, would you not have done it? One servant implores, his voice gentle yet firm. How much more then, when he says to you, wash and be clean? Another adds, their words echoing with earnest expectation. Naaman, swayed by wise counsel, approaches the flowing river Jordan with a hesitant step. He pauses at the river's edge, his face etched with a mix of doubt and desperate hope. With a deep breath, he lowers himself into the cool, rushing waters, his body trembling slightly. The camera lingers on the patches of diseased skin as they meet the river's surface, a stark testament to his suffering. He fully submerges himself, the river enveloping him in a moment of silent, profound vulnerability. The murky water swirls around him, carrying away the old, making way for the promise of the new. Naaman stands at the edge of the river Jordan, the waters reflecting the bright, hopeful sky. He wades into the cool embrace of the river, anticipation building with each step. Submerging completely, Naaman seeks the promised miracle, his faith hanging in the balance. He rises, gasping, but his skin remains unchanged, casting a shadow of doubt over his face. Driven by a desperate hope, Naaman plunges into the river once more, repeating the act with fervent intensity. Each immersion is a renewed plea, a silent testament to his unwavering belief in the miraculous. Naaman descends into the muddy waters of the river Jordan, a man burdened by affliction. He submerges once, then twice, each dip a testament to his wavering faith. On the seventh emergence, a gasp escapes his lips as he looks upon his arms, now smooth and unmarked. His skin is reborn, as pristine and unmarked as that of a young boy, glistening under the sunday. A wave of astonishment washes over Naaman, transforming his face from one of doubt to overwhelming gratitude. He lifts his hands towards the heavens, a silent hymn of thanks escaping his soul. Under the open sky, Naaman's face, once marked by pride, is now softened with humility and a newfound reverence. He stands before Elisha's humble dwelling, the transformation from a powerful commander to a grateful supplicant complete. The journey back has reshaped not just his skin, but his very soul. His eyes reflect a profound understanding, a stark contrast to his former arrogance. A moment of quiet revelation hangs in the air as he prepares to speak his newfound truth. Now I know that there is no God in all the world except in Israel, Naaman declares, his voice filled with conviction. Inside Elisha's humble dwelling, sunlight streams through the entrance as Naaman extends a hand, offering a lavish gift. The opulence of Naaman's offering contrasts sharply with the simplicity of Elisha's home. Elisha stands firm, his gaze unwavering as he regards the presented wealth. His expression reflects a deep resolve, untouched by the temptation of material gain. I cannot accept your gift, Naaman, Elisha declares, his voice resonating with conviction. My healing was a gift from God, not something to be bought or sold, he states, his words echoing in the quiet room. On the sun-drenched road to Damascus, Naaman begins his journey back to Syria, his face etched with a profound transformation. Gone is the arrogance that once darkened his features. In its place, a newfound faith illuminates his eyes. The vast landscape mirrors the inner peace that now settles within him. His lips move almost imperceptibly, a silent promise escaping into the wind. I vow to worship only the God of Israel, he whispers, the words carrying the weight of his solemn oath. Each step forward is a testament to his renewed spirit, guided by divine grace. Soft lamplight fills Naaman's residence, casting a warm glow on the faces of his gathered family and servants. Naaman, humbled by his journey, stands before them, his strong features softened by sincerity. He gestures, a sign of his transformation, as he speaks with heartfelt conviction. I have seen the power of the God of Israel. I have felt his healing touch. His gaze turns to the young Israelite servant girl, acknowledging her profound impact. It was the unwavering faith of this young girl that set me on this path. Naaman's voice resonates with newfound understanding. Her belief, so strong and pure, has shown me the true meaning of love and devotion. All glory and honor be to the God of Israel. Amen.